Magnum XL 200 is a steel roller coaster built by Aerodynamics at Cedar in Sandusky, Ohio. When it opened on May 6, 1989, it made history as the tallest, fastest, and steepest full-circuit coaster in the world, as well as the first ever hypercoaster, a term now used for rides that break the 200-foot mark. Its debut was a turning point for the industry, often credited with sparking the so-called Coaster Wars, when parks across the world began battling to build taller and faster rides, resulting in some of the most popular rides in the world, including Millennium Force, Top Thrill Dragster, King Dakar, and other great coasters. By the mid-1980s, Cedar Point had already established itself as a major destination with a strong lineup of coasters. However, the park hadn't added a true headliner since Gemini in 1978, over 10 years ago. Looking to make a statement, Cedar Point reached out to several manufacturers including Togo, Din Corporation, Intamin, and Aero, with the request for a large coaster that would not have any inversions or over-the-shoulder restraints. Aero ultimately won the project, partly because overseas production was too costly with the weak US dollar, and also because they were already collaborating with the park on their suspended coaster, Iron Dragon. Initially, Aero's Ron Toomer proposed a 187-foot design, which would have outdone Six Flags Great America's Shockwave, but Cedar Point saw an opportunity. Why not be the first park to break the 200-foot barrier? The height was pushed up to 205 feet, and the budget rose from $7.5 million to $8 million. It paid off. Magnum not only grabbed the international attention, but also boosted Cedar Point's attendance to record levels in its opening season. Now, onto the layout. After the train departs the station, it travels over the Resort Gate Walkway, or the hotel's breaker's entrance to the main park, where guests walking in can look right up at a Magnum train with great guest interactivity. Then it goes down a slight decline into a 90-degree turn to the right, and then engages the chain, which operates at a speed of 6 miles per hour, which is incredibly slow, taking about 50 seconds to reach the top. After you climb to the top of the lift hill, the train descends 194.7 feet at a 60-degree angle, reaching a top speed of 72 miles per hour. The train then ascends a 157-foot Camelback Hill, where you get a great view of the lake. Then, curving to the left into the first tunnel. Coming out of the tunnel, the train ascends a third 80-foot tall hill, giving great flutter airtime. After the third hill, it enters a set of sideways trims brakes, and then a pretzel-shaped turnaround where it curves to the left towards the beach, and then left again into another tunnel. The train then traverses over a bunch of airtime hills. Then, with these airtime hills, you get great ejector. Also, because the way it was hand welded, the track appears to be in a triangle formation, so you get great ejector airtime. It's one of my favorite elements on any roller coaster. And a third tunnel into a mid-course brake run. The train turns left and goes back over the walkway to Cedar Point Shores. It then turns right and enters the brake run, followed by a 90-degree right turn back into the station. One cycle of the ride lasts about 2 minutes. Other facts are Magnum operates with 3 6-car trains, each holding 36 riders. The trains are painted with white with either red, black, or blue stripes, and riders are secured with individual lap bars and seatbelts. Its track stretches over 5,000 feet in total, supported by 157 steel columns. Like other Aero coasters of its era, the track was hand welded and built without modern computer design, which gives it some famously rough transitions, but also a distinct old school charm. Over the years, Magnum has become more than just a ride. It's a piece of coaster history. In 2004, the American Coaster Enthusiast recognized it as a landmark for inspiring the boom of hypercoasters around the world. Even decades later, Magnum XL 200 still holds its place as one of Cedar Point's most iconic rides. Personal side note, I think that Magnum XL 200 is one of the best night rides at Cedar Point because you're going so far away from the peninsula, you don't see anything. It's an absolute blast. And I just want to say this real quick, that the anti-rollbacks from Aero sound amazing. You just gotta go to the park and hear them yourself. They are so iconic, amazing to hear, very memorable, and I love it. And one last thing is the lights at night. Look at this video, like right in front of you. The lights on the lift hill are beautiful at night. I think it's one of the most iconic coasters at Cedar Point. Thank you, and get back to the video. For my final rating, I give it a 7.5 out of 10. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.